Okay, good afternoon and thank you for joining us. This is me, Ms. Rhonda B, coming to you from Voices of Mass Discussion. As always, I always have very exciting things to share with you. We're here today in Chicago Heights. We're going to meet with a gentleman. He's an actor, producer, and he is working on an upcoming play that's going to take place here in the local Chicago area. I'll allow him to introduce himself. Eugene, he'll tell you a little bit about what he's doing, why he's excited about it, and what we can look forward to. The format of the show is we go with who are you, what is it that you do, and why would our audience care.
Okay. Okay.
So we'll start, and of course I'm me, Rhonda B, and then you are.
And I am Eugene Parker. I am a professional actor. I am a writer, a director, producer. I perform in stage productions, television, film, commercials, really whoever would have me.
Okay, and so now you're producing this particular play.
I am actually the director of this play.
The director of this play. Okay.
So in 2010, I was one of the performers. So I performed in the play and directed the play in 2010.
Okay, so this is a do-over.
This is a do-over.
Okay.
So we had a run of the show back in 2010, went really well.
Did it run here locally in the Chicago area?
It did. We ran the show at the DeSalvo Museum.
Oh, okay.
And really a good show.
So you went from the Chicago Museum to the school?
Well, we bounce around. We bounce around. The venue at the school is a state-of-the-art auditorium.
Yeah, I've heard.
That is just a diamond in the rough, and a lot of people don't know about this venue. There's several around that are high schools, and we've been doing a lot of production at the high schools. One, it helps to put those schools back on the map. Two, it gets us into community. So a lot of times we work with the young people from those schools, and they come on and intern and get service learning hours and things like that.
Okay, so now tell me a little bit about, we start with you know, because whenever there's a story, there's always a backstory to the story.
Sure.
Okay, so the one thing is he's an actor, producer, and all the ego stuff. But the other thing is that you're doing things that also involve the community.
That's correct.
And then they're going to do, this particular play is going to be at Gwendolyn Brook, a high school which is there in Chicago on 111th King Drive.
That's right.
Which for those of us who are from the Chicago area from back in the day, that used to be Mendel High School.
That's right.
Okay.
That was my first high school.
Oh, okay, see? And so, okay, so now, so it's twofold. One is you're directing the play, but then so what is we? Who,
Well,
is there a production company?
We is, the producers is Black Pages International,
Okay.
and Eugene Dillanado is our producer.
Okay.
And
And he
so-
was here a second ago, I guess he had to go. So, yeah,
He had to leave, but we have put together a team of writers and directors, other producers, other playwrights, and we work together on each other's projects.
Okay. Now, have he done plays before? Or is this a...
He's done a couple of plays before. He did this play, he's written a play called The Fuzzy Wuzzy
Now, he
Man.
did this originally in 2010, this was his play then? Okay.
And
And who wrote this play?
Eugene Dillanado wrote this
Okay,
play.
okay. So we'll have to get to introduce you guys to him at a later.
That's right, that's right. So he wrote this play, and it's a little bit about his story growing up in Chicago in the 60s.
Oh, okay.
And so it's a little bit of his story with some fiction, but a lot of the story, and there are a lot of the characters.
A lot of soul music, I heard you.
A lot of soul music, but a lot of these characters are still here, they're still friends.
Sort of like Cooley High.
Kind of like Cooley High, but on the south side.
Right. Okay, so in addition to he produces and publishes the Black Pages.
Yes, he
and
does.
then so now a part of his entity is he does plays and productions, stuff like that.
That's right, and so he
And
is,
that makes him the producer.
so that has him the producer.
And so
Yes.
then what happens when you're the producer, then you hire a director,
That's correct.
and then that would be you.
That would be me.
And then the director brings together a team,
That's correct.
and that was all the people that were running around.
Yes, and so I have my production coordinator, Shonda Williams.
Okay.
I have my assistant director, Tim Williams, behind the camera now. Tim Cross. I'm sorry, Tim Cross.
Somebody.
How to do that? Shonda Williams and Tim Cross. I can't believe I did that.
Okay. And so then the actor, well, then they help, once you get your team together, then they help, well, obviously he films it and everything, but then she helps them get their roles and out there.
Well, Shonda is kind of behind the scenes. She ties and pulls everything together, paperwork, contracts, emails, make sure that all the cast knows where to be, where to go. We're changing music. We've got, she just does it, just some of everything.
Okay. And now the team that you have that's in the production, now is this a team that you work with already, or you put out a casting call? Or?
I've worked with most of the team before.
Okay.
And the same with our actors. I've performed with or directed most of the actors in this production
Oh,
before.
okay. So the other Eugene, when he comes up with this idea, now did you already know him? Do you know him?
I did, because again, I performed in the play in 2010.
Oh, wow.
And I was the director then as well.
Oh,
And
okay,
so he
okay.
called me and said, hey, we want to do it again.
Okay.
Would you be interested in directing? I said, yeah.
Now someone else is doing your role, though.
And someone else is doing my role.
I'm excited.
And he was actually one of the last guys singing tonight, and he was doing the B.B. King, just having a lot of fun with it. And so.
And then another young lady that was on the stage when I come in, who's in the play. And she used to be the principal at the school I worked at.
Yes,
So,
yes.
So anyway, so I'm giving that backstory to say that it's sort of like go full circle, and it's bringing opportunities for other people.
That's right.
And things that we don't even think about or know about, because everybody's thinking like, oh, if I'm going to be in the movies or in the play, Hollywood or New York. But you have to start somewhere.
You got to start somewhere.
Yeah, so
Start
it's the
your
local
craft.
talent here, and then there's opportunities here.
There's opportunities.
And then the knowledge. I mean, you know, how many young people, because working in a school, you see so many people, young kids that have the potential, not that they're going to go off to Hollywood, they just have such a gift that, in my opinion, should be cultivated.
It should be.
Uh-huh.
And that's where some of our team members, we have went out and started our own production companies. Tim Cross and we do after school programs and summer programs where we teach kids stage production, film production, videography, music, lighting. And so we're able to just give back what we have. And a lot of times we end up hiring some of those kids to work with us and do shows.
Because we used to do with this is a cable TV show that we produce, and we used to work at a cable studio in University Park. Well, they had what they call a young broadcasters program.
Outstanding.
And what they would do is take like young kids like that age, they'll come to the class and learn how to do what he's doing, the lighting, the productions and stuff like that. But what I'm saying is to say, and that was years ago, those young kids are now adults, gone off to college. And what we've learned in the feedback is, first of all, they didn't even know anything about it until, you know, you come to school to give the pitch.
Sure.
And then everybody's like, well, I don't want to be in front of a camera. But what the beauty is, what they learned is how much the industry entails. So some of those young people went off to Columbia College, or out there to, there's a communication school in Springfield. And then there, you know, some of them are behind the scene. A couple of them are like video journalists. You know, stuff that they never would have known if it wasn't for these type of programs.
Wasn't exposed. And so that's what we want to do,
I love what you're
expose.
saying.
Yeah, because so often in this industry, either you're in front of the camera, you're a singer, you're a rapper.
Right.
And it's hard, but we want to show kids you can produce, you can direct, you can write. You know, you can run the lights, you can run, and there's
the young lady coordinate. You know, some people just have a talent to put things together, and they never know that's a field.
That's right.
That's an industry.
And that's what we want to do, is expose other ways to make money honestly. And it can be very lucrative in this business, doing different.
Because the hardest thing in school is to get kids to read and to write. And if they knew that reading and writing would lead to something that they would enjoy, I mean, you just can't introduce kids to enough things. Okay, enough for trying to save the world. Tell us about the play.
Okay.
Because every adult is just always want to do things to bring the kids in.
That's true.
So, but you got to make a living. So tell us about the play.
So the play, it's called Back in the Day. It's a 1960s musical, theatrical soap opera, they're calling it. It's a story of 3 families that have been intertwined through some high school students, teenage pregnancy, real friendships, and love. And so it just takes a look back in the day when innocence was, when the family was together, there was a family unit, when the father was the father, the head of the household, and he stood for that. And they worked on their job 10, 15, 20 years, retired from their positions. Again, it's really to look back, to listen to some great music from that era, but to be able to look at the family model of that day and some of the things that we may have forgotten, you know.
And so the public, so if someone's looking at this, or well, actually it's going to be a written article, you know, have this interview embedded in it. So if they're either looking at the interview or they're reading my article, what am I telling them? Why would they get their family together and come out to the play?
Well, one, for
to support the cause, but
well, for the adults, again, it's a time to get to look back,
right.
to look back and have some great music.
Take you back down memory lane.
Take you back down memory lane. To show their kids what it was like back in the day. This is what we did in high school in the 60s.
So they're going to have the outfits?
We're going to have the outfits. Well, back then, in the early 60s, they had the Ivy Leaguers with the Brooks Brothers shirts and the Argyle sweaters, you know, and the penny loafers.
The black people?
Yes, and then they had the Gousters that had the silk button-up sweaters, and so that's history that even in Chicago, a lot of people don't remember that's back in the day.
I was 60, but I didn't know no penny loafers. I mean, I knew some, but they wasn't on my block. But go on.
See, so that's what we want to do, is we want to expose some Chicago history. You know, again, everybody's heard of Cooley High, but who was going to schools at DuSable, Hirsch, Dunbar, Phillips,
We were.
Calumet,
Yeah. I lived on 79th Street.
Inglewood.
Hirsch, yeah, but my brother went to the DuSable.
Yeah, and so a lot of times, and our kids didn't hear about, they're at some of these schools now, and they don't know that, they don't know the history of some of those schools, and some of these celebrities that went to these schools.
And you know what happened whenever they're trying to shut down the school or change the name of the school, and young kids, by me still being in the school, the young kids get so baffled, like, what's in the name? Because when they were trying to shut down Phillips, and then recently, when they started messing with South Shore, and then the kids are like, why in the world, like all these old people getting all up in arms about a school.
Right, that's right.
So that's what we were trying to explain to them. There's a history, because there was a time when we couldn't even go to the school, and then when we went to the school, there were people who never thought they would make it out the neighborhood.
That's right.
And they're still looking like sort of baffled, like, okay, I still don't understand why they're fighting over the name of school. But that's why, because there is, because it took us somewhere.
And Eugene Dillanado shares just the story of the second migration of African Americans or blacks from the South. And that's how they used to be called Negro and colored. But when they come up to the North, they start going to school and start getting education and start going to college and start opening more businesses and start doing more. And the importance of going to school and getting education, buying their own homes. And so this was a time of, it was a huge shift in our culture. And so we want to be able to show that and go back and say, hey, family was about this. We were about trying to help each other. We trusted families back then, and we just don't see that today.
Yeah, I like that. I like that back. And because hopefully, I guess it'll come. You guys are the one doing it. That their family had a purpose at one point.
Family had a purpose.
Because now it's like young people think that a family is just existing. Whereas before, you didn't. Like I say, you were trying to give your kids a vision, trying to give them a goal, trying to do the right thing as the father. You might have partied and gambled and did whatever you did on the weekend, but you had this image that you portrayed before your children because you felt that was your role and your mission. And then now everybody treats kids like they just exist.
Yeah.
So I think that would be nice for some young kids to see that, coming into being an adult. I think that sounds like a good message.
And it's a mindset. They used to always share with the kids that the one thing they can't take from you is your education.
Right. Silver and gold may promise and decay, but good education will never go away.
Good education will never go away. And so we've dropped the ball, I think, somewhere there.
But
how is that not?
That's good, because hopefully the message will come across, because our young people, like I say, you need to be going somewhere, because right now, it's like if I'm not trying to be something super, then education has no purpose. But see, so hopefully, people in our generation will bring out your children so that they can see that we did have a purpose.
Yes, we would love to have families come. Of course, we want the Ivy Leaguers and the Gousters to come out, and we want the kids, but we love to see families come together.
I mean, say our group will come. We're going to enjoy the movie, the memory. But those young kids, there's no memory.
Yeah.
See, but so hopefully there'll be a message.
But hopefully there'll be a message,
Yeah.
and then they can get with that music and the dance and just the entertainment, because it's very, very entertaining. Yeah.
So yeah, when music used to have words and meaning
That's
and
right.
ballads.
That's right. That's right. That's right. When boy meets girl and he could sing a ballad, he can sing some Nat King Cole or some
Right.
Sam Cooke or something. The kids are going, who? Google them. YouTube. Old school. Where your grandparents, what your grandparents were doing and your parents were doing back in the 50s and 60s.
Okay, cool. So so who are you targeting? Who out listening to us, or when I write the article, who am I saying come out, enjoy this evening? Who am I talking to?
We want everyone to come out.
Okay.
If you like the color purple, we want you to come out. If you like Dream Girls, we want you to come out. If you like Get On Up with James Brown, we want you to come on out. If you like Chicago Bronzeville that just played a couple weeks ago, come on out. It's a musical. We'd love to see this take off and to be the topic of discussion.
Okay.
The new Cooley High. I mean, Cooley High started, there was not a Cooley High behind that.
Right.
And so it's just a story. It's a great story. Come on out. We want everybody to come out.
Okay, so that's a good message, because Cooley High, all these years later, we're still talking about Cooley High, referring to
Yeah,
Cooley High.
that's right.
And for those who are not familiar with Cooley High, the point is because it was just fun. It was a good movie. We can relate to the storyline because it was the high school kids, and it's just you still relate to it, you still reference it, you still pick up lines from
Yeah.
it. So okay, so that you're
And-
trying to do that type of warm and fuzzy.
That's right, and we've got some of the most incredible talent, singers, actors, dancers in this production. You've got to come see it. You will not be disappointed, I promise you.
Okay, so I like to hear that. So okay, so the name of the movie is it's a play though.
It's a play.
It's back
Back
in the day.
Back in the day.
Oh, she's gonna give us a flyer. She gave me a flyer.
And,
Okay, so,
oh, well,
so I don't know when she snuck up here and did it, but cool.
back in the day, April the 2nd, 2 o'clock p.m. and 6 o'clock p.m. at Gwendolyn Brooks High School. And that is at 250 East 111th Street in Chicago.
And for those who go by mile markers, it's King Drive, 111 to King Drive.
111th King Drive, the old Mendel.
Right. That's
That's
for
right.
the other people who remember back in the
That's
day,
right.
it used to be called Mendel.
That's
And those of us who grew up in that West Pullman and Roseland area, see, we'd be interested in coming just because you know what, this is a sidebar to that, because getting excited about things, because now that West Pullman is back in the news and back in the bringing back the memories, and they're going to build the new L-track trains
Yes.
right there in this area. And then what happened, was it this summer when Obama came and there's something, the museum, the Porter.
Pullman Porter, yeah, right. The
So this
Pullman Porters.
Yeah, right, yeah. And so, and then they have those row houses over there. But I'm saying all this to say, because when you say back in the day, you like sort of take it for granted, but this is what we mean by back in the day. You know, when you're sitting around having a conversation like that, you're like, oh, I remember back, you
That's
know.
right.
And then
That's
now
right.
when the news, when they start talking about the Port Museum and building the train, then even on the news, they start talking about back in the day.
That's right.
So yeah, so that
Everybody's talking about
Right,
back in the day.
yeah.
You got to come to
And
the
then they come up with a
show.
play called Back in the Day. You know, so-
That's right. So let's go back. Let's just take it back and have a good time. We're
Right.
gonna
And
really
this
have
is
a
on,
good time.
this on a Saturday. What day is this on?
It's on Saturday,
Okay.
April the 2nd.
Okay, and on this, and you know, for those of you guys that listen to this, there's also an article, so you know, if you follow me, you'll pick it up. And it's going to be 2 shows. It's going to be the afternoon matinee at 2 o'clock, and there's going to be an evening show.
That's
6
right.
o'clock.
And on the back of the flyer, one thing that we're also doing, we talked about saving the world and giving back. We're opening this up as a perfect fundraiser for churches, organizations, men's groups, women's groups, youth groups, where they could come out and purchase 20 or more tickets. Tickets are $20, and they can receive $5 off every ticket.
Okay, so that's an
And so
option.
that's a
too,
great
yeah.
fundraiser
So,
for your
and
group.
bring out your group, and
That's right.
right. So at any rate, they're gonna be playing bid whist in there?
Somebody might be playing some bid whist. Now, we do have a VIP package where folks can come in and they can have refreshments and kind of I'm not sure if they're going to do, there will be vendors and things like that, but they get to come in early, they get to spend some time, they do have some vendors and some food and things like that.
And there's young people who are really not into plays too much because they just had gotten away from doing them. And then, but now there's this, I think this, I've interviewed at least about 5 different local plays here lately. So it's really been fantastic, exciting to me because I love them. But the young people, what they don't know anything about the candlelight theater. You know, when you used to go, you have your dinner, your cocktail, and then see your play.
That's right.
So now it's
Dinner
coming
theater.
back. Yep,
It's coming back
on a different scale, but and locally too, because there's another thing too. You know, back in the day, it was not in our neighborhood.
That's right.
You know, so okay. Well, I want to encourage you. First of all, nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you. Thank you, Ron.
Now, are you in Deacon's Choice?
I am in Deacon's Choice.
Okay.
I am in Deacon's Choice. A film should be coming out hopefully very soon.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That was made back in the day too. Kenya killed me.
Yeah, Kenya, I didn't say that.
But anyway.
But it's a good film. Hopefully it'll be out very soon.
One of these days.
Deacon's Choice. Deacon's Choice.
Okay, I'm just saying that because he was an actor in that movie.
Yes.
Okay, so I know that.
Yes. And
then, like I said, and now I'm talking to him in the role of a director.
That's correct.
I like to try to put the terms out there for young people so they'll know all these different things that take place. And then you said you had your young lady, she's a coordinator.
That's right.
And then explain to them the coordinator, what she does.
The coordinator really takes care of all the paperwork. They dot the I's and cross the T's for the directors. A lot of times we're visionary.
Okay.
And so, but we need people to take care of procedures.
Okay, make sure
And to make sure paperwork is done, make sure the legal is all taken care of, and they really hold us together.
And then for other watching, this is an exciting time in the Chicago area because for years, there were no local opportunities to get on a, like community theater. That just had really died down here. But now you have, people like yourself who have the talent and the skills, and the other Eugene who's bringing it to the community. And then you have, since Ron Emanuel's been the mayor of Chicago, you have many more local talent groups where they're taking local talents to be extras in the movies and like Spike Lee, he did a Chirac, and then we were extras in that.
Okay,
and, and like I say, so young people, there's just other opportunity to introduce yourself to, because you don't know where you're going, because you don't know what's out there.
Well, Chicago is one of the biggest commercial industries. They film more commercials in Chicago than almost anywhere in the country. Do a lot of commercials, and then we've got a lot of television shows that are filming here now. It's probably 5 shows.
Right, that's what I'm saying. That's what
that
I'm
are
saying.
here
And I'm
in
going to
Chicago
encourage
right
the parents to bring your children out for 2 things. That they may enjoy the play, and what happened is you will enjoy because it's going to be memories from your lifetime. And then what you don't realize is that when you're enjoying yourself, your children enjoy themselves because they pick up their vibe. So I would like for them to come out, bring the kids just for that reason. The other reason is so that they can see talent on the stage. And then also, and so that they can, for those who, because what happens at school, we have kids with so much energy and, and they give them all these initials, attention to deficit disorder and all that stuff. But the thing is, the kids need an outlet.
That's right.
So, everybody don't need to be trying to be a rapper or go to Hollywood, but they still could get into acting and drama and, for those who are not interested in sports, because you're going to utilize that energy.
And we'd love to offer, for any young people that come out, we can come out, you can sign up for workshops and things that we do, acting workshops.
So you have some there's some follow-up in addition to enjoying the evening, then there's a little education that could take place.
That's right, and you just never know, and so there's so much talent in Chicago, and it's hidden.
Untapped,
It's hidden, and we want to be able to expose that talent.
And our kids have so much energy. So to run into and I consider this to be an opportunity to be able to meet someone who, in addition to pursuing their own craft, that they're doing some things in the community, for younger people to just be exposed to it.
That's right. And I'm on Facebook, so we do castings all the time. You can go to Eugene Parker on Facebook, and shoot me a line and I'll friend you. And so when we do different castings, not just for my productions, but for productions all over the city. And then inbox me, hit me if you're interested in auditioning, if you want to be in film, if you want to do television. Call us and we'll do what we can to plug you in and put you in the right direction.
Okay, cool. So now
No charge for that. No charge. Just call us. We're going to hook you up.
So we had a dual interview here.
That's
So
right.
one is that there's opportunities and you can put your young kids' energy to a productive youth and yourself.
That's right.
For those
That's
who
right.
out there who had that desire, that itch, and never pursued it, and now you can do it on a local level.
Follow your dreams.
And
That's
then
right.
just as importantly, or more importantly, or just as important, either way, is I do want to encourage you to come out to their play back in the day. And and you know what, and anybody from my era, you'll know about the black pages, you know, the black version of the yellow pages, but you probably don't have a copy. So, and I'm sure, since he's the producer, you'll be able to get a copy of the black version.
That's right.
Because whenever we go to Hair Washington Culture Center, if there's a play and we go down there often, he's almost always there with that table.
That's right.
And so, and then sometime on Facebook, and I'm sure you get this too, because I get it often, which I know I get it because I'm more out here. But you know, people are always looking for a black business to support, and then they're always.
That's right.
Yeah, and I've been looking through my junk card. Where's that man's book at? You know,
So we're a black
you get
business.
your own
Come out and
copy.
support us. Back in the day. Back in the
Yeah.
day.
So plays, musicals, you know, just a fun night out. In the hours, you still have plenty of time to do whatever else you're gonna do on that Saturday.
That's
Because
right.
the afternoon, 2 o'clock, and then again at 6. Is it a couple hours? How long is the?
Couple hours.
Couple hours, yeah. So 6 o'clock, and then you're back in. Plenty of time to do whatever else you're gonna do that Saturday.
That's right.
So I want to thank you, Mr. Eugene, for your time.
Thank you so much.
I look forward to
Thank you so much for coming
being
out.
able to see it, and then I'll do my part to help get the word out.
We'll see you on the 2nd.
Okay, I'll be there.
Thanks. See you guys on the 2nd. April 2nd, 2 o'clock, 6 o'clock.
Appreciate the support.
All right.